Well, I just got 10 minutes deep into this project and realized that OBS decided to freeze. So you didn't actually see or hear anything that I was doing. Let's make sure that the audio is working. It appears to be okay, and I feel like I still have my cursor. So, we are programming the base. Well, I guess I started programming the base and then realized my computer took a crap on me. So, let's talk a little bit about what we did before everything got crazy. So essentially, I loaded up Contact, and after a couple of moments of eeny, meeny, miny, mo, we decided on Grove Base. There's no particular reason for it. I just like this plugin, and so far, it seems to be working. I picked the low gain rock distortion setting, and I'm satisfied with it so far. So I guess we'll see how it plays out. I'm not necessarily married to it just yet. So now the next step that I chose to take was to start with taking the kick drum from my drum track that we did yesterday, and I just pasted it into a new MIDI track right there. So yeah, basically it's just the kick track, and so far I've gone through and I just lined up the notes with the chord progression, which is C, D, and E minor. C, D, E. And then we added some little slaps and pops right there. Let's hear what that sounds like isolated, because I feel like we could also do more. Yeah, we could definitely do more with that. So I'm thinking, let's add another hit right there. And then, is there a left-hand slap on this one? I don't actually know. I should have looked. Settings. Oh my gosh. My mouse got stuck on my wallet, which shouldn't even actually be there. There is no left-hand slap on this one, so that's okay. We're going to just do another regular slap. And then another thing we talked about is how I like to enter MIDI notes while I'm doing this sort of thing. One thing that I find really helpful is over in the top left corner of your piano roll screen, there's this little headphone button. If you click that on, you'll start to notice that this little cursor on your piano roll starts lighting up. So let's say I hit a note. Right now it's set to C-1, so you're not actually going to hear anything. But if I hit my arrow key, it'll add a note. Oh wait, will it? There we go. Okay. Sorry, I didn't have it selected. So, basically, yeah, I'm just going to line up my cursor. You can use your right and left arrow keys to navigate through the screen. And then let's say you want to hold down a note, and then you keep pressing the key on your MIDI controller, and then you hit the arrow until you get to the desired length, and then when you release the note on your MIDI controller, it will cut off the note. So you can enter notes that way, which I find to be incredibly helpful when it comes to adding the articulations, and really just any note, especially if you're not a fan of clicking things in. But we're going to click things in right now, except for these articulations. So I also hate trying to go back and reminding myself of what the articulations are. So I just wrote down the articulations that I need, and we're going to rock from there. Alright, so we need a slap right there, and then a dead slap, which is, or I guess ghost slap, which is F2. Yeah, that sounds nice. Let's see what it sounds like in context, because I want this to be kind of a rhythmic spot. What if we made this note this slap, and then another. That sounds better. Da 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 da. And then let's do the same thing. Da da do. And then we'll do a slap up there. We got the slap. Then we'll do dead. And then another slap. Let's see what that sounds like. That actually sounds pretty cool. I feel like we could even be a little more obnoxious about it. And let's do a 30-second note right there. And then we're going to bring that up the octave. And then we're going to do a dead pop, which is G, or a ghost pop. I keep calling it a dead pop. Let's see what that sounds like. Is it worth it? Let's see. That needs to be longer. Then I think it'll be good. Yeah, that sounds rad. And then we'll just make that. I like that. Alright, so from the beginning. That's pretty rad. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then let's just keep these guys. Well, actually. And then we don't want that to be a 30-second. We could do an eighth note right there, and then all of these guys we want to be a legato. And then I'm thinking we just do the alternate fingering there. Oops. Okay, and then all of this we're going to make legato. And then actually, so we don't need, this is all fit. So that's not gonna make sense. So we're gonna add some more of these, bring these up to D, and then bring these up to E. Maybe we could do like a funky little da 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 da. Ooh, actually, yeah, let's do that. Da 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 da. So actually, what we could probably do. Nope. Da da da. Oh my god, stop hitting shit. So we can make that da. Ugh. So da 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 da. Uh-oh. Well, my body never lets me do that. Let's do those up the octave. Alright, let's do all that up the octave. And then we have, what is it, B and C? C and B. Oh yeah, that'll be sick. And then the articulation for this one, let's slap it, da, and then we'll pop it. So is that F sharp? And then what is it? We'll do. Okay, so no, we'll do a finger. I was gonna think about doing a tap, but I don't know if that's gonna. I'm just gonna keep it the finger. Da da. After a pop. No, let's try. Okay, so it would actually make sense to tap it, but it would be. Yeah, okay. And then we would have a slap and then a pop, I think. And then, wait, so pop, hammer, and then I think another. No, that would be a pop, I think. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, so we have what? Slap, pop, tap, hammer, slap, hammer, and then pop. Yep, that makes sense. So, sorry, basically what I was doing there is seeing if this was actually physically possible to do, because the articulation is really what makes these plugins sound good. Excuse me. The plugin, if you just have one articulation, it's gonna sound fake. That's just because humans don't always play at one articulation. Same with like having it perfectly quantized or all the same velocity. There's just certain amounts of perfection that trigger red flags in the human brain, because the humans and most organic creatures are not capable of perfection. So if you hear something perfect, your brain is like, either that's a computer, a robot, or an alien, and all of those things are not human, so I'm putting up my guard. Which is why putting up your guard in that situation looks like, this doesn't sound real to me. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. All right, let's hear this, and let's hear this whole section in context. Yeah, that sounds cool. Okay, command save, which I probably should have done several times. All right, 1 and 2. One thing that I find is incredibly important with not only the bass, but just any instrument that you play, when you're thinking in terms of rhythm and articulation, also think about what count you release the note on. So like, not only when you start it, but when you stop it. So for example, this note is going to hit on 1, and then it's going to cut on the and of 1. Same right here. So this one's going to hit on the and of 3, and it's going to cut on 4. And then this one, same idea. And I want all of these to be slaps, because I really love the way a slap sounds. Did I do that right? No. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Yeah, it's just so genty. I love it. Can't get that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be E. And then this one, let's do B. And then let's make sure these guys are a full 16th note long-ish, somewhere around there. And let's do dead slap, your ghost slap, which is F2. And then we'll do a regular pop. And then let's do a ghost slap. Yeah, another ghost slap, and then a regular pop. And then make that longer. Make this longer as well. I feel like this needs something else. Maybe what we'll do... Yeah, I like that. That sounds a little better. a little bit of contrast between the bass and the drums. Sometimes starting from the kick drum and really adhering to the kick drum can make the whole thing sound a little bit sterile. I find it's really useful to add little pockets of flavor into the bass to kind of like really emphasize that the bass is also providing harmonic content. It's not just like a rhythmic liaison between the drums and the other harmonic instruments. It can really have its own character, and I think it's really important to showcase that in order to make everything sound a little bit more full and not so sterile. Yeah, okay. So like these guys need to come out. And then what we're gonna do here, bring that up an octave, but we're gonna do a ghost pop, which I believe is what, G, and then a regular slap right here. And then we gotta make that longer so the note actually resonates. That's kind of sick. Okay, so now here we're pretty much just gonna get rid of all this because that is the fill, and we really don't want that. What we could actually do is we could have the bass copy the drums. Now here's the question. Let's try doing the whole thing first, and then let's see if that sounds cool. We'll leave it. Or actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Instead of mirroring exactly what it's doing, let's do that. Let's do, actually that'll be cool, because then you have the fifth of D, which is, wait, D, it's A. And then we'll do B for a quarter note, I think. Alright, so then we would have slap for this one, da, and then a ghost slap, da, da, da. No. Da, dum, dum, ba, da, rest, rest, dun, dun, da, da. What if we brought that up an octave? Or actually, what we could do right there is actually, that's where we'll do the copy. So, so it'd be, that's, okay, so A string. I think. Oh wait, I think it's actually there. Okay. So now slap, and then let's do hammer. And then we have dead slap, and then a pop, and then another slap, I think. Now let's do an actual slap. Yeah, I think that works. that do? Okay, so from here, now I'm basically just kind of deciding based on what I hear how I'm going to tweak it. The way that I played it on the guitar was like open A string, you hammer on the 5th, and then you pick the 5th, and then you hammer the 7th. So it'd be like A, D, D, A again, I believe. And so now I'm just kind of making judgment calls. Or B. Da 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 da. Yeah, so it's like, or sorry, D, A, and then B. Yeah, D, A. No, that's D. Whatever, I'm actually not sure. Because it's kind of a fill, I'm really not terribly worried about it. So I'm just going to kind of leave it. And then right here, this is where it breaks down. So I'm just going to like, I'm going to quantize that. Ah, shit. I forgot, this is not logic. Okay, so we're going to quantize everything. Dun, dun, dun. And then right there. Actually, so dun, dun. Let's do slap and then pop. Another slap. And then actually let's do dead pop right there. And then do we want to yeah, I think we're just gonna slap all of these because I like the texture of the slap. It sounds good. Nice. Okay, so then right here, these are triplets, so make sure we quantize those. And then we're gonna hit legato, but I don't want this one to be legato, so we're just gonna tighten this one in. And then for the articulation, we're gonna bring that up. Or actually what we could do, let's bring that up a 5th, and then let's do dead pop, dead slap, a regular pluck, and then a slap. There we go. And then let's see. Oh crap, the triplets are on. And then let's do that. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E. We're gonna bring that up. That's gonna slap. And then that's gonna be a dead slap. Actually, let's do 2 dead slaps and then a dead pop. And then a regular slap. Actually, let's do that as a real slap. Nice, I like that. And then let's do another situation like that where we have a dead slap and a regular pop. And then let's drag this out one more. Length. Ah, the lights. I'm the shadow man. I sneak and I creep. That's going to be rent free in my head forever. Command S so I don't forget any of this because I really. Okay, so we're just going to get rid of all that because that's the fill. Da. Da. Let's do this as an octave. da 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 da, and then no, a fat E right at the end. Okay, so we have, let's see, we're gonna go slap, tap, 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 and then tap, dead slap, and then pop, and then regular slap. Yeah! Let's actually, what if we did a regular slap right there? Yeah, no, that sounds good. Okay, Command save. So we have all of our bass parts up here, and then we have all of our articulations down here. Let's give it a quick listen and see how we like it. The payoff is huge. It's so much fun to hear it all come together. This is kind of where, like, especially when you have a guitar track and you have the drums and the bass, it starts really kind of coming to life. You hear a good majority of the context, and God, it's just so fun. Also, these bass plugins are insane. Submission Audio is kind of unmatched when it comes to these bass plugins, particularly like Grove Bass and Omni Bass are my favorites. Eurobass 3 is also amazing, but I find myself gravitating towards Omni Bass and Grove Bass pretty often with a lot of my stuff. But yeah, it looks like that is our bass track. I am really satisfied with that. Next time we do this, we're going to break down the guitars. I'm going to record the other guitar for this. We're going to redo the tones. We're going to edit the guitars. We're going to kind of do all that fun nitpicky stuff, maybe write some other layers. You know, we'll see where it takes us, but that's pretty much what we got for the bass. Thanks for tuning in.